Hey, what is up, YouTube? Today we're doing a podcast with the Discord here in the Fallout shelter. We got here Proto.
What's up?
We got Ace, Mushroom, Tip.
Hello.
We got Lark,
Howdy.
and then we got Kenster.
So,
And today we're going to talk about a couple of the cards in the box and how it'll affect the meta, talk about the archetypes and stuff, and get a nice little conversation going between us. So let's start off with card advance, which is what a lot of people are talking about. So basically, card advance is look up to 5 cards from the top of your deck and place them in the top of the deck in any order. You can tribute summon 1 monster in addition to your normal summon / set this turn. You can only gain this effect once per turn. So people are talking about this being played in Sylvans and how good it'll be in Sylvans. I mean, I could see that, but it's the same thing that Hermitry does to an extent. See what do you guys want to say about it, Ace?
Well, you could look at it more like it gives you a combo extension on top of giving you the safety of making your plays and confidence, knowing that you're going to draw into what you either need to beat your opponent's board the following turn. Like in Sylvans, like you could go Marsh Belief into setting up like carrot. I'm blowing up your opponent's back row, and then normal summoning like a bigger monster, and that's summoning another monster too. Because then again, Hermitry does give you an extra card in your hand, so it just keeps adding on with Sylvans, and then that's just Sylvans. With stuff like freaking like Gravekeepers, you could just keep your momentum going on top of drawing into what you're gonna need to draw into, because what's gonna happen is if you're gonna use Recruiter's effect is gonna go off first to search, and then you're gonna be able to get what you need to search, and then you're gonna be able to organize your deck. So it actually does give you a lot of good plays for Gravekeepers.
Yeah, I can see that in Gravekeepers. What about you, Lark?
I mean, for me that card is like double Sylvan, but worse. I don't like the card. In my opinion, is terrible. Okay, are you really going to use that card for Sylvans? Are you really sure that you want to add that card in Sylvans? Right now we play with probably 3 traps and 2 spells. Do you really need to add 1 more? I don't think so.
What about you, Ken?
the card in general is alright. It's not about Sylvans, but I saw some stuff on Reddit, and people are talking about running it. They get the mills right. It might be good in Hazy, but that's me, yeah.
Yeah, it could be good in Hazy's. What about you, Pretty?
I feel like talking about that with Hazy is on almost the same level as with Gravekeepers, but I still put Gravekeepers a little bit higher because of the destruction value. If you can blowing up the face down monsters, blowing up the face down Sylvans, goodbye Mushroom. Like I like this for Sylvan. I like this for Gravekeepers and Sylvans. Yes, it will help Hazy, but I feel like it's almost like look at the top 5 cards and Soul Exchange without losing your battle phase. Or double summon, yeah.
Yeah, the way I could see it used in Sylvans is to search, is to look up at the 5, rearrange them, Marsh Leaf, get whatever you need, and then you get Guardiuke after that and still mill.
I still appreciate that it's an end value, so anybody can pretty much get this out of the box. At least get 3 copies because it's so low of a value.
Yeah, it's a pretty good card. I mean, is it gonna see a lot of play? I think so.
Yeah, and like honestly, I feel like it gives a lot of flavor to the whole Monarch thing, because in a sense, like it's like a whole tribute deck. You have so many options for tributing now. Soul Exchange, Tribute Burial. You can go a special summon route with freaking the Vassals. Like this card alone just gives more plays to the whole tribute archetype. It's just very good for that.
The only thing is that it's a 3-card combo, and I don't really like 3-card combos. That's the only problem I have with it.
With your opening hand only being 4 cards, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm guessing if you're gonna want to use this, you might want to use Duel Standby.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you use this, a monster better have protection, because it's gonna be destroyed by your opponent if they have anything that could destroy you, because you're not gonna have back row at that point.
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very like awkward to balance this and the rest of the cards in your deck. But once you get it to work, you should be fine.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's for that one. Let's talk about, Nobleman of Crossout. This card, target one face-down monster on the field, destroy that target. If you do, banish it. If it was a flip monster, each player reveals their main deck, then banishes all cards with that monster's name. So, this card is just pure Sylvan hate, and it doesn't have a downside to it, basically. That's how I see it. It's just Sylvan hate with no downside.
I feel as if it's like maybe like like you said, it is Sylvan hate. It's an excellent side deck card, and if you're playing on the ladder and you see a lot of Sylvans, and you feel like and you know for a fact you're gonna keep seeing Sylvans, it's a good card to add into your deck. Otherwise, I wouldn't really like try to use it because it's more specific towards beating Sylvans. And yeah, if your opponent sets a monster turn one, destroy their monster. But at that point, wouldn't you rather just run tribute to the Doom? Because in the decks that you're going to be doing that in, you want your monster in the graveyard like D heroes or Sylvans, right? So it's like this card is just pure Sylvan hate, and that's all you can say as it is. It's a good card to get, very good card to get, but it's pure Sylvan hate.
Yeah, it's just pure Sylvan hate. I don't see any other deck that this could be devastating on.
Exactly, that's the point. This card is good against Sylvans and in the current meta, but what happens if people don't play Sylvans? This card is good for a side deck card, but not for a main deck card.
Yeah, I can see that.
Noble Man will be good. It's a good card, but even when Sylvans are not irrelevant, it's still a good card for like when you get more like Orphan Jar and stuff. But I would get like two copies of the card if you want to play it. And for Sylvans, they can just play different. The Sylvan players will just adapt to it, so
Yeah.
if we get
Yeah, instead of setting a carrot, you just summon it in attack.
And there's also one thing people don't realize. Mushroom is not a freaking flip monster. In his text, that does not say flip, so you're not banishing the mushrooms.
But it doesn't really matter, you're still banishing it.
No, I get that, but
Like,
They
you
could-
destroy it and you still banish it, so if they set a Rose Over, they just lost that Rose Over.
yeah, it puts them in the back pedal, and then they have to play another card in their hand plus Econ or something like that to freaking come back after that, and then again that's two cards. So getting this card against Sylvans is going to put them at a hard minus.
I mean, yeah, and if you want to combo this card, you can play Floodgated. You can play Floodgate and activate this card. It's a
Okay.
2-card combo, but you can do it if you want to.
Or you could also play
Paleozoic.
as well.
Yeah, exactly. For example, the Palisoy card, you just set the monster of the opponent and you activate Nobleman Crossout.
You got
Easy.
anything to say, Proto?
It's the counterpart to Nobleman of Extermination, which that got rid of traps or spells in the back row. This is pretty much the front row. Yes, for right now in the current meta, it is going to hate Sylvans, but I'd say you could main deck at least one because there's going to be a high chance your opponent's going to put a face down, especially when they're on the ropes. So, and right now, I still think it's still better than Tribute to the Doomed. Yes, a lot of decks want to throw something into the graveyard, but still, this is a 1-for-1, not a 2-for-1, and just it being a 1-for-1, paying off a little bit better in this scenario and in this current meta.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah. Alright, so next card is the one that I think is more of a side deck card, which is Special Hurricane. So it's discard one card from your hand, destroy all special summon monsters on the field. I mean, half our meta right now is special summons.
Half?
More than half. It's like 80% special summon, right? You still got the normal summons and the tribute, so
What's a normal summon? I forget.
it's when
I
you
don't
have
know.
a bad hand and then you summon Mushroom.
Oh, instructions weren't clear.
Yeah.
The phone's on fire now.
Speaking of phone. So, I mean, this is more of a side deck card, in my personal opinion.
It's definitely a sided card. You don't want to main deck this.
Yeah.
I feel like okay, Special Hurricane against like, all right, you know how when spellbooks resolve grass, that field is kind of like scary. You can't really defeat it unless you get like treacherous or some crazy out to it.
Yeah.
This is basically our version of Raigeki for special summon meta. You do this, you have your opponent's board.
I would rather have Murgeki, but we're stuck with this placebo.
Yeah, basically. Like it's a card you really might just want one of. Like, you know how you only allowed to run one Raigeki in a TCG? This might just be how you would just do that.
Anything to say, Kenster?
Special Hurricane, that's kind of fuck about like side decks and stuff, but there's one deck that doesn't give a shit about Special Hurricane. That's Cyber Injures. Like, they have they have Machine Intro, which will. Yeah, I'm talking about Cyber Injures, because they're not like because of Onslaught, but they're gonna come back at some point because they always use.
I mean,
But against most decks, it's gonna just destroy them.
Yeah, I mean, like, they'll have to pull out something big for Cyber Angels to come back. Something like Mizuki or something.
I think we just move on to the next card then.
Yeah. This one is a favorite for Proto, and it's Damage Eater.
Oh, Damage Eater. I'm calling this card Chemo. Will be the bane of my existence for a majority of my decks. Damage Eater. Let me pull up the exact... Could you read the exact thing? You have it up, don't you?
Yeah, I have it up. So, during your opponent's turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that would inflict damage, you can remove this card from play from your graveyard to change the effect to increase your life points by the same amount instead.
It's like if Rainbow Life had a child with Bacon Saver. That's what it feels like to me. Like if those two got a little room and they just had disgusting, just blasphemous love.
Who's on
Like
the
this
cover of Rainbow Life?
Rainbow Life? It's a guy watching those two cards get at it. That's what it looks like. But seriously, if this card's in your grave, like I'd run this card. Heck, because if someone plays Lava Golem, you lose 25% of your life every time a Lava Golem goes off. That's 1,000 life points. You start with 4,000. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna gain 1,000 for one turn.
Well,
yeah, it's
during,
one turn.
It's during your opponent's turn.
It's still beautiful.
I mean, this card was here for you, so...
There's a lot of things. Like, this will get rid of a lot of those meme decks. If you feel like memeing yourself in King of Games, this is the anti-meme, because there's a lot of burn decks. There's a lot of just, like, OTK decks. Majority of them have burns. This will put an end to them. And if you want to go budget for some strange reason trying to farm Bakura, this might help you with the Ectoplasm card.
This is the chemo. Alright, well, let's actually get onto a good card.
Ouch.
Burn. Escalation of the Monarchs. I mean, this kind of works the same way as Card Advance, but it's only during the opponent's battle phase.
And main phase.
Yeah, main phase or battle phase, and then you can immediately tribute summon one monster. I mean, this is a pretty good card, because some monsters actually have effects that happen during your opponent's turn that would actually devastate them. Like, for example, going from Firestorm Monarch or Vassal into Firestorm Monarch would pretty much cripple their hand.
It really would. I actually find it pretty crazy. It's just like how you, is it effective at once per turn?
Yeah.
All right then. So I guess you would just set you would just set Recruiter if you're playing Gravekeepers, and then during your opponent's turn, you would react what they were going to do. So if they were just going to pass their turn, and they set a monster, you have two options. You could either just go into Oracle and destroy all the set monsters, or you could just go into Friday you had Chief in your hand, you could go into Chief, and then summon the Recruiter back, and then go into Oracle the following turn. So it actually gives you like
It's
Like,
a Rebels.
yeah, but more permanent in a sense, and it works like how the Dark World Archfiend kind of thing works. How you can just nuke your opponent's field on their turn. It would kind of give you that kind of leverage. Like, when is the oil? When is it coming? Do they have it?
Well,
Like,
well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the big play that I see with this is with the Steel Swarms, which we'll talk about later.
oh yeah, most definitely. But I feel like Gravekeepers are on the rise.
What would you like?
Okay, the problem that I see is that this is a 3-card combo, like the
Yeah.
first card that we talked. That's the only problem, and it's a trap card, a little bit slow, but it's definitely good for Monarchs, Gravekeepers, and definitely for Steel Storms. So I think that it's probably going to see some play. We need to see.
What you Kinster?
Oh, I'm not gonna say too much, but like what everybody's saying, that's a good card to have. Maybe one good or two of, because it's like once per turns. That's basically it.
What about you, Preto?
Yeah, same thing. Monarchs and Gravekeepers. It just helps you get big stuff out quicker. I can find this also yet again for farms too. If you're behind on getting that certain summon out to get the damage out.
Oh yeah. Alright, so moving on from the individual cards we think are going to affect the meta in any way whatsoever, we're going to go over to the archetypes. Because we're getting a couple archetypes in here. We're getting 6 Sams, some Fujins, Noble Knights, Bions, and Steel Swarms. And then we got the Silent Douchebag. I'm reading it off the prompt, leave me alone. Alright, so we're going to start with 6 Samurais. And 6 Samurais definitely needed Grandmaster. Like 100% needed Grandmaster.
Yes, definitely.
To be anywhere near tier 3 at most. So, I mean, what cards do you guys want to talk about?
Okay, let's start with the main card, probably. Let's talk about my Grandmaster, yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster, you can only control one face-up Grandmaster. If you control a face-up 6 Samurai monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, target one 6 Sam monster in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. So, instant 6 Samurai effect.
That's actually that right there is it's gonna be like how you played Bujins before we got the rest of the support. Kind of like protect, like in a sense, protect the Grandmaster because he's kind of like the core of your deck now.
I think that is definitely a good card, man.
It's a really good card. I mean, this card you need 3 of. If you run 6 Samurais, you need 3 Grandmasters, period.
At least 2.
3.
2, man! Come on! You
I
can
feel
use
like
2.
three is kind of clunky. I mean, I play 6 Samurais a lot. 3 is kind of clunky, but 2 is just a nice little ball drop. And also, you can summon out Sheehan, have a monster, Grandmaster Sheehan, and then you can lock on your opponents. With like Amazons, they can only use 1 trap. With Cyber Angel, they can only use 1 spell. Getting that card will help the deck out a lot. It'll lock out a lot of decks into you using only 1 spell and trap. So people will have to think a lot if dealing with 6 killing machine becomes common and popular. Because it can deal with a lot of stuff in the meta.
And if you want to go mid, you can definitely now play Triple Impact.
So, as he said, you can do this combo with Grandmaster. And then over here on Duel Links that I have up right here, we have Great Shogun Shien, which if you control 2 or more face-up 6 Samurai monsters, you can special summon this, and then your opponent can only activate 1 or spell or trap card each turn. So you can use this Shogun to actually get a big combo off, but it's a 3-card combo, so it'd be rare to get it. But by that time, you'd have 2 monsters out, and you'd have some back row. So it's a pretty good combo.
I mean, if you're able to summon this with Chien, it's definitely a good and solid combo. That's like
I would recommend
game over.
I mean, aside from combos, let's say you get hand of the Six Samurai, and then you can tribute out a monster and target one monster on the field and destroy it.
With this deck, I think you will run dual standby because you want to see your Grand machine, and that's possible to get the lock win.
I think I would
So
play
dual
more.
standby might be a must.
I think
Build
I'd
a-
see it with restart more than anything.
Yeah, definitely with Bracer, man. For the consistency, because are you really sure that you want to help the opponent?
I mean, helping your opponent won't if you don't.
Look, dual standbys for cheesy OTK decks. Come on.
Yeah, because for the most part, even when I was playing dual standby a lot during the KC Cup, I was just playing just so I could just get the OTKs because of the meta we were in. I wasn't playing it to be consistent. Like I honestly hated using that skill because most of the time my opponent would get an extra econ or an extra special, something like it helped them more than it ever helped me.
Yeah, dual standby is more of a crush than anything. If you don't have a way to basically wipe their field with any card in your hand. Like, the only way I see dual standby useful is with the Dark World deck that actually wipes the field.
A competitive deck that's actually consistent, yes.
Yeah.
By the way, this card with the 6 Samurai that destroy a face-down monster is going to be really good in the current meta. For example, I think that his name is Edo? I don't remember right now. But it's a Dark 6 Samurai monster. You summon him, then you special summon Grandmaster, and at the start of the damage step, you just attack a face-down monster and destroy it.
Yeah, the Iru. Six Samurai Iru. At the start
Yeah,
of the
he's-
damage step, if discarded, attack a face-down defensive position monster, destroy the monster.
GG Mushroom, man. It's a real good card in my opinion.
Yep.
And usually people play cards like Powerful Rebirth, and it's going to be a good card for if you want to play the Fusion Summon 6 Sam.
Yeah, I mean, the Fusion Summon 6 Sam is not really that great.
It's not, and it's really hard to summon, but if you really want to play it, you can do it. It's really easy with Grandmaster.
Yeah. And then
I
we
mean,
also
go for the
got...
fusion.
Yeah, the Fusion's not that good, though.
And go for the fusion because the best card for the 6 Sam Arcanite, the best card for the 6 Samurai archetype for simpler to get. So
I'd
I'm
throw
wondering
that-
about it with the fusion.
I'd throw that fusion in your deck, partially for like the bluff for like running bluffs for your summon, for your in your fusion deck. But on the off chance you need it, it's there. It's like one of every like 6-7 duels you might summon that. You might.
It's kind of like how you had the extra deck for Gladiator to beat. I mean, yeah, you would use your Gladiator for most of the games, but it's like your opponent would have to worry about you getting 3 on the field because of that, and because if you get 3 on the field with the 6 Sams, that fusion monster it can protect you from being destroyed by card effects and battle. It's not going anywhere once it hits the field.
Yeah.
And by the way, one card that I think that is really, really good for 6 Sams is Kizaru. You only need to special summon him and you can draw 6 Samurai monsters from your deck. So I think that you maybe can add a Grandmaster if you special summon Kizaru. So that can help you with the consistency of the deck. The problem is, you need to special summon him first.
Yeah, Kizaru, when this card is special summoned, you can add from your deck to your hand 1 6 Samurai monster with a different attribute from every monster you control. If exactly 1 6 Samurai monster you control, same card. Same effect as the 6 Samurai.
Yep. I think that if you control a fire and a fire 6 Samurai, you draw 2 cards. I think that's how it works.
So the 6 Samurais are destroy this card if another monster if another monster was destroyed, and secret 6 Samurais are banish this monster from your graveyard to save them from being destroyed.
Yep, I definitely think that he's good.
Out of all the decks, 6 Samurai definitely has potential to do something in the meta. If this is enough, I don't think so.
It's not enough, but we're gonna see some cheesy fun things out of it, like secret skills of the 6 Samurai. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably a good deck for gold rank. Because people usually play the Unka Ponga version of the deck. with Joy skill.
Fields of the Warrior.
One good thing about having return
Yep, that.
samurai is we don't have to run powerful rebirth, because powerful rebirth will take up your spell and trap. You might need some like
Yes.
econ or super. So
Return of the
Early on,
Samurai.
they
good
do
thing
need
about
support.
it.
Return of the Samurai is a good way to get out the Secret Samurai's effect off.
The other thing I kind of do like about it is, you know how some kind of toolbox effect that would help you out of a situation.
Like flying fish, basically.
Yes, yeah. So that's why I would say running this with more than the standard cards, like 30 cards, is going to be the way to do it, because you have so much variety in what you can summon and what you can serve with Kizaru, and you have the quick play spell and rebirth to revive them. You have so much to do with these monsters. It's like 6 Sams could contend. It just depends on how you put the deck together, and the 20 card variant could be like a really nice control deck. So 6 Sams might be the thing to watch out for.
It definitely has potential. It really does, especially with Grandmaster here.
Yeah, definitely with Dojin too. Secret 6 Samurai Doji. His effect is when another 6 Samurai monster is normal or special summon Grandmaster. You can send 1 6 Samurai from your deck to the graveyard, so you can summon Dojin, special summon Grandmaster, set powerful river, and then you can special summon the new 6 Samurai Kizaru, and then draw 2 cards in the next turn.
And then when you're also playing like the whole 30 card variant too, what you just said, you could just keep popping your opponent's monster with Hand of the 6 Samurai and just nuke everything they have on the field.
That's probably a hard combo to pull, but it's possible.
I mean, it's not a hard comp, because I used to do this crap all the time. I would just have me some back row, stall until I get out my comp piece. I would do this all the time against AC.
I definitely going to try the Dojin Kizaru Grandmaster combo, because I think that is really easy to pull, but it definitely needs some testing.
And then there's also the comes to the fact that 6 Sams that can force back row, destroy face up spell with trap cards, destroy face down monsters. So they can do a variety of things.
Yeah, I mean, with Grandmaster, if you really wanted to cheat it, you could use 6 strike.
Also, 6
triple
Samurai
impact.
can attack twice just for that option at 20 per game, I think.
And then they also have access to Shogun. So if you want, so like in a tournament setting, you can side deck Shogun. You can summon that, and your opponent's going to be cucked out of using like more than 1 spell and trap card a turn. So that's really good there too. So like this deck probably does have a lot of value, the tournament scene, but for ladder, you would have to play like a I wouldn't say a dumbed down variant of it, but one that's not really like as vibrant or kind of crazy as the other variant would be. Like how 30 card grass isn't really like the best deck to play on the ladder. Like it can work on the ladder, but 20 card grass is almost like the best thing to use for ladder, because you can just go like that for games and it's consistent. So
It's definitely going to need some testing, but I think that is possible to pull.
But yeah, 6 Samurais could be meta, possibly.
I want to say probably low tier 2 right now. Probably.
I would put it at most tier 3. At most.
Yeah, I would have put it at 2.
I put it at 3 into the good support, like gateway and that one. And I'm not still 3. Please,
Is that
pretty
at-
much, because I like this card. I can't see it being higher.
Yeah, is it at the point it is right now? I can't see it any more competitive than Hazy is right now.
Unless we get gate, and that's a different story.
Yeah,
But for right now, tier 3.
yeah, tier 3 for sure. So it's 3 tier 3s and 2 tier 2s. Alright, now let's talk about Bujins. And, you know how I feel about Bujins? I don't like Bujins.
Me neither.
Protect the Yamato. Now that we have the rest of the cards, is protect the Beast Warrior. But you guys have anything to say on Bujins? Cause I don't.
Heck.
Please talk about that. I don't know much about Blues to say.
I could say a lot about this deck.
Can you say anything good?
You're right.
They don't have XYZs yet, man. Like, here's the thing. They're one of those archetypes that thrive on XYZ. Like, you protect your non-XYZ fusions, which we don't have right now, to get out your XYZs.
It goes like this. That deck right there can out resource damn near anything. It's like you could say it is protect the Yamato or protect whatever you have out, but you have ways to get out more than one monster on to help you against that happening.
But see,
So it's
the way I see this deck, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the way I see this deck is almost exactly how Spellbooks is being played right now. Just a 30 card meta. And that's the only way I could see this being played.
yeah, because again with one grass and not even grass, the amount of card advantage you have in the deck by playing more than the standard cards, you're gonna be able to hit more boostings in the graveyard with Yamato. And then on top of that, if you have Arasuda on the field, you're thinning out your deck even. Because their problem with Boujas is they thin their deck out way too fast, and you deck out more than and you discard stuff you don't really need to discard. So running 30 cards and plus you could play grass, and then they have their own version of Honest. They have their own spell and trap removal. They can deal with big monsters. It's like and plus they have their own version of AMA that's searchable by a Boujan monster in the deck, so they can deal with Amazon. They really could deal with Amazon because that card is searchable, so it helps them out in that sense. So it's like.
So for those that aren't familiar with Boojins or don't know Boojins, and Ace, you can tell me if I'm getting this wrong or not, but it's basically get monsters into the grave and use those monsters in the grave to protect the Beast Warrior that you have out.
Yes. And then the way you play around targeting effect Boojins is you guys remember that card Vivid Knight from the Card Trader?
Mm-hmm.
Vivid Knight will help you banish your monster to dodge the targeting card effect or the attack, so you can block an attack as well. To summon a Vivid Knight in either attack or defense mode, and then your monster comes back on your turn. You can use multiple Vivid Knights per turn. So
This is a problem that I see. Sorry that I interrupt you. Without Yamato in the field, the
Don't
deck
say
is
sorry, it's Ace.
Oh, okay, shut up, Ace. Sorry, man. But without Yamato on the field, it's game over, man. That's the problem with Bujins right now in Duel Links.
you don't even really need Bujin.
Yeah, we don't need Boojins in general. Let's go to the next thing.
Not my bad. You don't really need Yamato to use more.
You don't need, but you definitely want Yamato on the field.
And you don't need a Beast Warrior. You don't need a Bujin Beast Warrior.
Yeah, but they need to be in the graveyard first. And without Yamato, it's GG, man.
And most of the effects are if you control a Beast Warrior type monster.
Bujingi board just requires you to have a Bujin on the field, and I think that's the same thing for her, man.
Well, the ones we already have in the game specifically say Beast Warrior.
And to be honest, if you definitely want to play Bujins, I think that you definitely need Dark World Dealings. If you want Bujin monsters in the graveyard without Yamato. But you're helping the opponent too, so...
Yeah,
I'd say grass.
Yeah, grass.
Yeah,
Grass would work.
Grass is like the main way. The main way you're gonna have to play it for the 30 card variant. The 20 card variant, you're gonna run out of steam very fast. I played it so much during 2KC Cups ago. I was playing Snipe Hunter Bujins, like just use Snipe Hunter to get a Bujin in the grave, and then you can easily bring it back and everything. But the main problem with that was you ran out of steam too fast, and you couldn't deal with big monsters outside of Snipe Hunter. So it wasn't like the most efficient thing to use. But now that we have access to other Bujins, it's all just play testing. He's speculating isn't really gonna.
It's gonna be really difficult to go through all the Boojins and actually figure out which ones are gonna be good or not.
It's more difficult to read their stinking names.
Let alone read their text.
There's actually I can look at one of them, and I can tell
Is there
you.
any Bujin you actually want to mention?
Yeah, there's
Yep.
actually one I want to mention.
Other than Yamato?
Yeah, his name is It's actually two I want to mention.
Alright,
I gotta find it. Bujin Mikazuchi and Bujin Sinyo. Bujingi Sinyo.
Shiryu?
Yeah.
Shiryu? Shinyu?
Sinyo.
The horse.
Mitsubishi.
Buji Mitsubishi.
All right, basically Bujin Misukachi. Whatever.
Buji Mitsubishi.
Would you like me to read it for you?
Yes, sir. Please.
Okay, it's a 4-star light 1500 Beast Warrior. Effect is when a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control is destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, during the end phase, if a Bujin monster was sent from your hand to the graveyard this turn while you controlled this face-up card, you may add one Bujin spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. You can only control one Bujin Mitsubishi.
Thanks, Mega Man.
You're welcome.
So he's basically okay. Yeah, Yamato plus him out on the field, you're gonna be doing so much spinning in one turn. It's crazy. And then on top of that, you can summon him from the hand when something gets destroyed by a battle or card effect. So popular cards are now offerings to the Doom. If they blow up your monster, you can summon this from your hand. They blew up a monster for nothing. If they destroy one of your monsters by battle, you summon this, and you can easily protect this if you want to. So you have ways to protect on your Armado getting destroyed by battle or card effects to get another monster out. The only problem is being banished. The banishment is the issue. You have to deal with that. You're gonna have to get more than one monster on the field against those
I don't
like
think you'll be able
spellbooks.
to deal with Amazonas or spellbooks.
The only way for them to do that is off. That's the kind of the messed up part. But then going to the next monster I wanted to mention is actually I have another one too. Bujingi.
Oh no, we're cutting you off.
Quillian.
We're cutting you off early.
All right, I got this.
Sorry, Ace. Shut up, Ace.
Shut up.
Next.
Alright, talk about your card. One card. That's it. That's all you get.
All right. Bujingi. Basic. That Bujin can destroy your opponent's face-up monsters if it's in the graveyard.
What Bujin did you say?
Alright, that's all we get. That's all we got time for. Shut up, Ace. Alright, next we're going. Next we're doing Noble Knights.
Ooh. I think that is going to be a really good deck, in my opinion.
I can't agree with you there. I just can't.
I can make a fun meme deck with it. I can tell you 2-card combo with it. Avalon and Grass is Greener. That is gonna be hilarious.
That'll be funny. But as for Noble Knights, I don't like decks that revolve around equip cards.
I mean, they revolve around equip cards, sure, but at least you can play a quick play spell card to equip the equip. Fuck.
You can't even hold a good
You guys understand what I say. I mean, they have the quick play spell.
Yeah, most of the equip cards actually search out other equipped and Noble Knights. But I mean, still, it revolves around an equip card. We only have 3 monster card zones and 3 spell and trap zones. Do you know how effective that's going to be in this game?
I mean, they have the effect that destroy back row and destroy monsters in the field, so that's really good. For example, they have a monster that can destroy a face-up monster. Give me a second.
I'm still gonna be memeing with this thing. While he's looking for that card, I'm gonna talk about the Avalon Grass is Greener combo. Avalon's a trap card in this set. Target 5 Noble Knight monsters in your graveyard, including at least 1 Argus. And
one.
these things are like Bujin. Artosis, I don't know, monster, and at least one Lancelot?
Lancelot?
Sir Lancelot, yes, monster. Banish those targets, and if you do, destroy all cards on the field. It's a grass is greener Avalon equals nuke.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be really fun to watch.
YouTube worthy. Did you find your card, bud?
Okay, definitely Glory of the Noble Knight is going to be a good card, and Noble Arms of Destiny is going to be a really good card. And the card that I was talking about is actually a spell card. And I think that is Galatine? No. If this card officially is destroyed and sent to a graveyard, you can target one warrior Noble Knight monster and equip it. That's pretty much the whole effect, but it gives you 1k of attack, so it's going to be really good. And we have a monster, a Noble Knight monster that destroy a back row. Destroy back row when the equipped play spell is destroyed, and she's Perudium. I think that she's going to be a decent Noble Knight, but definitely the main monster is going to be Metrout. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's going to be definitely the main monster for the deck. And
Sorry to cut you off, but he's good for the simple fact of that's the swarm potential and the deck thinning, all that stuff. He's nice. I just wish he wasn't a UR.
that's the only problem. But he's a UR because he's really good. He's a really good monster.
I don't see these being anywhere near the meta.
You can special so many monsters from the deck. That's huge right now.
I mean, as for meta relevance, I don't think it's gonna be that big.
No, just King of Games memeing. That's it.
Yeah. So, on to the next one, which is probably the second worst. The second worst archetype in this game. And it's Vion. Which works pretty much exactly the same way Noble Knights do with equip cards.
But with unions.
I mean, it's almost the same. Unions are equipped cards.
Yeah.
It's just a flavor, man. Some people like chocolate, some people like vanilla, some people just like pure crap. That's all
And-
this is.
To be honest, Noble Knights are faster than Unions. Come on, man.
No.
Come on. Come on.
There's this one YouTuber. He does top 10 archetypes. His explanation on Violons are just glorious.
Yeah, he got them right on. It's rank 10 Yu-Gi-Oh.
If you guys have a chance, go check out that guy, Rank 10 Yugo. If you play TCG or just play Duel Links in general, he does the best archetype explanations. Go check him out.
Yeah, he's really good. There's not much to say about Vions.
Yeah,
Anybody got input?
there's something that's only going to be good when we get their Xyz support, and even then their Xyz support is...
The XC support is trash too,
No,
man.
The only reason you'd use it is for the crazy synchros that you can get out with them.
No, there's other question. He said, like deck placement cards. Why? But there's like really good that we haven't got yet. Why not like base decks?
Which one?
Oh, you said like base decks with the cards.
I didn't quite understand that.
Me neither, so let's go for the next one.
No, I was saying why he didn't like equip base decks.
Because of the lack of monster and spell zones. We only have 3 of each. That's why it's gonna clog up everything.
Yeah, like when you're playing Crystal Beast with the new skill that we just got, if you're playing Crystal Beast like that, you're only gonna send 2 cards every time because you're not gonna send 3. You're never gonna send 3.
I know this is irrelevant, bro. What do you think about because it relies a lot.
What dragon?
Power Tool Dragon. You can
Power
equip
Tool
an
Dragon?
card, and it protects you from being destroyed.
But he's not in the game, so it's irrelevant
That's
right
the-
now.
General question.
Yeah,
Are you
but I
still
mean,
think
it's
it's
not,
bad or?
it's not relevant.
I'm not even familiar with that card.
Yeah. So
Are you
moving
talking-
on, we're gonna talk about Steel Swarms.
I think that this is going to be interesting. Definitely.
I mean, we're giving a lot of Steel Swarms, but not necessarily ones that actually synergize with each other, which is the problem I have with the deck.
What is Steel Swarm supposed to do?
I mean,
Not
if
sure.
you want to, you can play beat down Steel Sworn deck.
I mean,
if
it's
you want to
basically,
main.
it works like Monarchs to tribute, get your effect off. You have to tribute summon it to get the effect off. And yes, you have to tribute summon it to get the effect off.
I mean, the first step could just be getting them in the grave. So, like the whole thing I said about Call of the Archfiend, plus recurring nightmare, and then they also have cards in their archetype where you can return a tribute summon monster back to your hand, and then you can use escalation of the monster to summon that monster again. It's like yeah, the deck is kind of combo based, but their effects are so strong, it kind of outweighs
I mean,
all
there's another problem besides the cards don't synergize with each other that well, and you have to tribute something to get the effect off. But you also have to pay life points in a 4,000 life point game.
the only thing I don't like. But the best one, I don't think you have to pay life points.
For the best Steel Storm in the game?
The level 8 one,
You mean the level 8 that says pay half your life points?
when I can destroy spells or traps.
Where is it? Steel Swarm, whatever it is. Cactus Tag. It's a 2 tribute summon. Activate 1 effect. Destroy all monsters on the field. Destroy all spell cards on the field.
Yeah, he's like the one I want to focus on, not the one where you gotta pay life points. I wouldn't really like to use all the other ones because you're gonna get cucked if you
But
have to keep.
Longhorn is the better one.
Yeah, it is, but I wouldn't try to focus on it too much.
Wait, what? Dude, you would try to focus using dark. No, just stop. You have a 3,000 beater that you can pay 1,000 life points to target one monster on the field and destroy it.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Do
it's
it.
Hercules. Hercules.
Yeah,
You also like Ra?
Steel Swarm Longhorn Steakhouse will fucking destroy
Steel
something.
Swarm Longhorn Steakhouse. Yeah, but
Like, also,
it's Hercules. Once per turn, you can pay half your life points to destroy all cards on the field.
Like, I can seriously see this archetype getting. They have a Treeborn Frog, I'm pretty sure. It's like Steel Swarm
See-
Scout.
See, Hercules is a lot better because it's not when you tribute summon him that you could activate one of the effects. Steel Storm Hercules, you could once per turn pay half your life points and destroy everything on the field except for that card. So, I mean, you can go ahead and work on the Cax side, but it's only when he's tribute summoned. So, like I said before, it's not really consistent. So as for Steel Swarms, they have potential for the most part. But I mean, it's like a lot
They
of
gave
these
us-
cards. A lot of
They
these
give
cards
us just the
combo it.
tip.
Yeah, but a lot of these cards would combo well with Steel Storms in particular because, let's say the card we were talking about earlier, Escalations of the Monarchs, and you use it on their main phase, and then you can just destroy everything they just set, or every monster they just summoned. That'd be a good combo. But you would need a monster that you could use as 2 tributes, so you would have to get 2 monsters out, which is not that consistent with Steel Storm.
I'll be back.
And by the way, in the current meta, it's going to be really hard to pull. So that's the problem.
Yeah. But, yeah, Steel Swarms, that's pretty much all we got. Alright,
They all look like Beetleborgs from Saban's old TV show.
Well, they're all supposed to be bugs.
So yeah, I got that right on the head.
Yeah. And so the next quote-unquote archetype we're gonna talk about, which is Ace's archetype, but he's not here right now, so I'll leave a message.
Shut up, Ace.
So we're talking about Silent Swordsman, level 7, level 5.
The whole
And-
Silent Swordsman I guess we could call it an archetype, I guess, or just a level series.
Yeah, it's a level archetype, but it's card specific, I guess.
Okay, to be honest, it's going to be decent mainly because of the spell card. That's it.
No.
Oh, yes.
Basically, isn't it similar to horror
So
with
what these?
It,
no effects?
So basically, it's Silent Sword Slash, which is target one Silent Swordsman monster you control. That monster gains 1500 attack and defense. And
for the
if
rest
it
of the game.
does, quote, until the end of this turn, it is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. This card's activation and effects cannot be negated. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add one Silent Swordsman monster from your deck to your hand.
That's the
I
good
like-
part. You can activate that card on the level 3 or level 5, mainly level 3 because you want to do that fast, and then just search for the level 5 or level 8 if you need it. Or another level 3. It's not that good, but it's consistent for the deck, and it's going to be decent for that reason.
Is that still a quick? Is that a quick place card? Or
It-
no?
yeah, it's a quick play spell, and it's going to be good because it's a quick play spell. You can bait the opponent, probably.
You can set it and then you just turn that. Yeah.
I mean, this is a one turn.
No, it's permanent. It's not until the end phase.
Target one turn. You control gains 1500 attack. If it does until the end of this turn, it is unaffected
Oh.
by your opponent's card effects.
No.
So
Well,
it's a
like
backup
I
rider.
like I said before, no. Just
okay, you
no.
can play. Okay. Wait. You can play one level 3 and 3 of that, but you can only activate one. So you just said it. Forget about it. Just forget about it. That's like.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
Alright,
It's going
Silent
to be
Swordsman.
decent. That's it.
Hey, he's back. And we're talking about Silent Douchebag.
The only problem I have with Silent Sword Slash is Econ take before card resolve. You just
Shut up,
wasted
Ace.
You wait. That's impossible. Because
Yeah, you
cannot
can.
target.
Yes, you can,
can.
because it says
Yes.
target one monster. If it does, then this monster gains.
Why do you?
So
want
if
to
you
Econ
chain
take level
Econ,
3?
if you chain Econ to it, you don't get its effect.
Mrs. Timing?
No, because Econ resolves first. It
I
chain
see.
links, basic chain links, man. Come on.
The only time I would ever see Silent Swordsman being played over Horse is because it's being a light warrior and you need it for some kind of gimmick for your deck or you need some boss monster. Anytime I'd play Horse over this, because it's easier to bring that out than this.
It's not very good. I just don't see it other than a meme deck.
I'll give you that.
And then the controversy between Silent Swordsman level 5 and actually using that quick play spell. It's supposed to work correctly, and who knows how we're gonna get in Duel Links because some cards don't work exactly the same way as in the TCG.
What's that one card that misses timing no matter what? The one monster card?
The
one
insect
where-
monster?
Yes.
Grass Chopper?
It's something. I just remember I ran it for a couple times. I could not get the work to save my life.
It might be Grass Chopper.
Well, I think that's it.
Yep,
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
the whole box. You guys have any thing to mention about the meta or how it'll change or if it'll change?
I think that is probably going to change thanks to that nobleman of Crossout.
No.
And it's probably, I say, man, probably. It's not a fact at all. But I'm glad that they introduced Grandmaster into Duel Links.
Same here.
It's not a Crimson
That's fun.
Kingdom box where it's gonna like destroy the meta, but it's a box.
Yeah, Crimson Kingdom was disgusting when it came out.
For example, I really want to try Noble Knights. I don't care if you don't want it.
Yeah, there's gonna be a tough
But
balance with that
You can
anyways.
play Noble Knights, but I will beat you every time.
Yeah, I
It
don't see
doesn't matter.
Sylvans. I don't see
We
Sylvans
can
being
try
dropped
it.
out of the meta too hard. Like I can't see Sylvans being dropped out of the meta too hard.
It's not, but let's see what happens. That's definitely going to see some change in the tournament scene. So, because they have side decks, so it's going to be important for that.
Definitely, we got a lot of side deck cards in here.
Yep.
Yeah, so to be honest, Sylvan's still gonna be good ladder deck, so they still deserve tier 1. But for a tournament, they're gonna suffer a lot.
Crusaders have decided.
I'm not so
That-
sure because in Decade, if you don't know who Decade is, in the meta in the weekly tournaments, it's been Sylvan's winning this whole time. Like Sylvan's just been dominating,
Yeah, and this is pre-Nobleman.
which I still don't believe. Like it's straight up a side deck, but I still don't see it being that relevant because people will just start playing around it.
It's not like playing that card because Grit is the one who played skills for freaking for Sylvan. So you're gonna have to be able to stop them from coming back on next time. So you're gonna have to ways to defend yourself, and then you're gonna have to have Nobleman plus additional cards to help you get off your turn. Like Nobleman is kind of like a win more kind of thing. Or if you're scared of like a face down card, you want to hit it. But that's really about it, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I still see it as a side deck card. Like, if people start playing this a lot, people would just start playing around it. As simple as that.
Just like aliens back in the day.
Yeah. People start setting monsters when you were playing aliens.
I think that's it.
So
Yeah.
stick with Chalice. That's it.
Yeah, so that's about it. That's Crusaders Battlegrounds and how it'll affect the meta and stuff like that. As in my final thoughts, I don't think it's going to affect the meta too much.
It just added some flavor.
Yeah, it added some spicy decks to get in here, as our man Watt would say.
But would you think these decks would be similar like to how if you main Magic Heroes as a deck to play for a while, it would show some serious results. Like I mean, it only shows when the box comes out, but after looking at these cards, I don't really see longevity in some of these things.
Yeah, I mean, most decks don't last that long unless it's Red Eyes or Cyber Angels. But I mean, Sylvan looks like it's the next one.
Nothing will die. Nothing will die as fast as SSA died.
Yeah, that was the quickest dying meta deck ever.
It dropped down from tier 1 to tier 2, then tier 3, and now.
I don't even think it did that. I think it went from tier 1 to tier 3 and then boop.
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 The Cyclone kept cucking it. D Heroes kept everything cucks it.
Alright, shut up, Ace.
And that's it.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us today. This podcast, it's already gone on for like an hour now. But
Jeez.
yeah, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Every like equals one shut up Ace. And
Shut up, Ace.
yeah, thank you for joining us. Latest.